by Eunice Kennedy Shriver. She's, I think, was a sister of the late JFK.
Right.
And the mission of the Special Olympics is really to provide year-round sporting and training athletic competition in a variety of sports for persons with intellectual disability. Now, what is intellectual disability? So we talk about intellectual disability, but it's a complex issue, and sufficing to say for the purpose of this program, it's persons with intellectual and developmental disability, not necessarily physical disability,
right.
but intellectual disability. And so Ms. Shriver had a sister who had intellectual disability. Yes. So it all began back in those days, and she recognized how unjustly and unfairly people with intellectual disability were treated in the community, and she decided to take action. And from a backyard summer camp for people with intellectual disabilities to now a global sports movement, Special Olympics has been changing lives and attitudes since 1968. So it's all started back then.
Started in a backyard?
Yes.
Wow. And now it has gone global.
Global.
That's a phenomenon. Right. Wow. You talk about sporting activities. What does these sporting activities entails? What type of sports are we talking about?
So for Special Olympics, it's we have over 30 Olympic type sporting events, and for us in St. Kitts and Nevis, we normally participate in athletics, the whole field of athletics. We do bocce, which is a Italian type game. I think we used to call
with
it like
ball?
Yes, with a ball, called licks, something like licks and spawn, like something like that.
Okay.
We do tennis, we do cycling, swimming, both in the pool and open water, and we do triathlon. We have done football, and we have done floorball in the winter games. So we provide these opportunities for our athletes who are not just children, but we have adult athletes with disability, because everybody grows up.
Yes.
And we continue to engage them and continue to provide those services and opportunities for them.
Okay, thank you. What year, who brought Special Olympics to St. Kitts? And if you could give us a time frame in which that happened. Because remember, we started in 1968.
Yeah, the movement itself started in 1968 and has spread globally since. So there was a young lady then, I'm sure she's smiling hearing this, by the name of Clarice Cotton.
Okay.
And I think Cecile Brown, they were studying in Jamaica and doing studies in development studies for special education. And I think they were introduced to Special Olympics in Jamaica during that time, and they thought that they will, when they return home after the studies, to come home and introduce it here. And so they did that in 1983, and so it's coincidence with our independence. Actually. And so the movement here in St. Kitts has been going on since 1983. And we have, the way it's structured, there's a board of directors that, articulate the policies and stuff like that, do the fundraising. Myself is the national director, ex officio board member, and I do the day-to-day administrative and running of the organization.
All right.
But the backbone really is the athletes and the number of coaches and volunteers we have that really assist us to do what we do on a week-by-week basis.
Okay. All right. Thank you. What successes have we achieved? Our athletes have achieved, because we started 1983. We take part in all these sporting activities, football, cycling, swimming, track and field.
Yes.
Right. So, what successes have we achieved over those years?
So
Outdoors.
I could speak
Yes.
to that.
Yes, please.
So we started in 1983 in Louisiana, where the athletes won many medals. We have had World Games, we have had Winter Games, and our recent one was in Berlin, Germany in 2023. So we are very, very proud of our athletes. And they came home with many gold medals. Although we say you participate, you do your best, but we are even prouder when they come home with their goals. So we have had 2 gold medals for the females, 100 meters, that's in 2023 at the Berlin Games.
Yes.
We had cycling, bronze medal, swimming, gold, and 2 bronze medals, tennis, 2 gold medals for the males, singles, and the ladies, a bronze in the unified games. So we had a total of 9 medals. So you see, we are indeed proud
Yes.
of our athletes.
And that's a great feat because the competition, it's a wide field.
So
Many nations would have participated, and for St. Kitts to come home with these medals, gold especially, it shows that we are indeed compatible and we can do great things if we
yes.
if we
The last, for
put
example,
our heads to it.
the last World Games that Adora alluded to in Berlin, Germany, there were 7,000 athletes worldwide.
Wow.
And competing all these. So it's a big movement.
It is.
And to put it into perspective, it's termed as one of the world's largest humanitarian event.
Yes.
Because, for example, we had a number of, we had how many athletes?
So we had 14
Four-
athletes.
four,
Put
yes.
it in perspective.
Yes.
7,000 athletes worldwide.
Yes.
But St. Kitts had 14 and came
14.
home with 9 medals.
9 medals.
So think about that.
But just to
Yep.
emphasize the point that
Enthusiasm.
yes,
Yes.
and we do this. We have training on a weekly basis. We do swimming every
Yes.
week. We go swimming, but Special Olympics is more than just sport. We try to look after the total person, and so every time we have an event, we have health screenings.
Okay, that's important.
Because we recognize that for persons with disabilities, they don't get the same level of health care as the regular population. And so at each of these events, we provide screening. So our athletes can get dental work done, eye care,
Yes, vision.
hearing. They get hearing, and they get all these hearing aids, glasses, reading glasses. It's all free. And so it's an opportunity for all our athletes to get screening and attention as well. So it provides that whole total aspect of not just the physical, but the mental,
mental, right.
and the nutritional and health care for our athletes.
Okay, that's good because sometimes I know parents will feel like a child with special abilities, or as we call them, the local term that we use. I'm not going to say it.
Disability.
Yes, but they feel like it's a burden to
Yeah.
them, you know?
So, sometimes you have to say it's a burden to some degree.
Yes.
But it's a challenge. It's when you have, especially poor families,
Yes.
and some of these individuals need really special attention
Yes.
and care, and it's very difficult and challenging on families.
Yes.
And I think that's why we do what we do. First segue, we also have a place called Addie's Place.
Yes, in Greenland.
It's Greenland because they all in school is one thing. They're there for the school day.
Yes.
but once they graduate from school and become adults, so we also provide for the lesser functioning at the place called Addis Place in Greenlands, where they go on a daily basis as trainees, and they learn different life skills. They learn how to do housework and artwork and stuff like that, and keep them engaged and socialize in that network. So the families get a break, every day.
Every day.
So it's all part of the whole thing. So it's critical, but without the support of the family, that's the thing. Sometimes, because that's why we do this, because we try to provide this awareness and an education.
Yeah.
Because people think, well, they're special over there and they don't want to be part of it. So I think the more we talk about this, the more we preach acceptance and inclusion in the society as a whole, and recognize that they are part of a society and not separate, push them in the corner. And for families to understand that there's help for them. Because I was telling Adora, one of our athletes, if they met you, when they met you and they say, well, you're from Hong Kong, he will tell you a whole background of Hong Kong.
Wow.
He meets someone from Germany, he will be able to tell. And I'm in awe, because we'll be traveling and they say,
we don't pay attention to that.
They singularly focus on, they just think differently, and they train the cognitive and everything differently. But they're just as capable of us of doing things.
What I find, these persons, they are very loving as well. They are affectionate.
Yes, very affectionate.
Especially, I met some children with Down syndrome, and they don't know you. They come and they hug you, and I'm like,
it's unconditional.
This is amazing.
Unconditional.
Yes, and they don't judge you.
No.
They don't judge you.
Yes, that's true. And I've spoken to a lot of people, and when like person like that get to travel for the first time and see them, it changes your world.
We were in Abu Dhabi, and it was an eye opener. They don't treat them any different like any other child.
Okay, but that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Yes,
that's
but
how it should
we are getting there. We are getting there.
Step by step.
Eventually, we will be at that level.
Okay, we'll take a break here, and when we come back in the next half, we expect you to, our listeners to call in and ask questions. We will come back with the Law Enforcement Torch Run, the LETR, where we'll shed some information as to what it's about and how you can help the movement.
St. Kitts and Nevis, get ready. The second edition of the Jesus in the City Parade and Festival is coming to Warner Park, Bastille on Saturday, May 17th, 2025. Join thousands of believers from across the Federation and the Caribbean as we unite in a powerful celebration of love for God and love for people through music, the arts, and the culture. The festivities kick off at 11 a.m. with the parade leaving Warner Park at 12 noon and moving along city streets, returning to the park for a grand concert celebration. Be a part of this unforgettable experience. Enter a float or group or become a sponsor. Visit jesusinthecity.com to get involved.
In a world driven by digital innovation, our future is defined by connectivity and communication, shaping how we learn, work, and interact. But what safeguards our digital rights? The Electronic Communications or EC Bill will. The EC Bill ensures rights such as improved quality of service, data privacy and security, support for universal service and access, and complaint resolution are protected with a tribunal to resolve disputes. This is consumer protection. The EC Bill also ensures a competitive environment for electronic communications companies to enter the market. There are many other benefits of the EC Bill. ECTEL is paving the way for a fair, secure, and inclusive digital society for our contracting states.
ECTEL and the NTRCs, digitally transforming our space together.
And welcome back to Policing with You. I am your host, Inspector Shauna Francis Edwards, and I have here in the studios as my guests Adora Warner and Ivor Blake. They are members of the Special Olympics Committee. And before our break, we were talking about the Special Olympics, the advent of it, and the advancement and all of that, and how St. Kitts became a part of it, and all that works. Now we'll be getting into the second half where we anticipate that you will call and we will be sharing information about the LETR, which is the Law Enforcement Torch Run. The number to call is 662-8674. That's 662-8674. Call in and be a part of our show. Now the LETR, Law Enforcement Torch Run, Mr. Blake.
Good.
Tell us about that.
Yes. So, there was a police chief in Wichita that came up with the idea of running with a torch,
Yes.
champion for Special Olympics. And that was 1981. And his name is Chief Richard Lamunian. And since 1981, it has grown to a global, worldwide. And as a matter of fact, it involves not just law enforcement, it involves military and also security services, fire and rescue in particular. So it was driven really by the collective efforts of law enforcement volunteers. They call themselves Guardians of the Flame.
Yes.
And these are dedicated individuals who join with Special Olympics athletes to champion the cause of acceptance and inclusion for individuals with intellectual and development disability. And so...
we have a caller. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Hey.
Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, folks,
Yes.
and good morning to the listeners home and abroad, Carl Brown here. I
Yes,
must
Mr.
say
Brown.
congratulations to you guys for the hard work that you have been doing with our Special Olympics athletes. And we in the country really appreciate it and really appreciate the work that you have been doing for the country.
Thank you very
Right.
much, caller.
Yes. We also have to give kudos to all the people who do the sponsoring and that sort of thing, because, that is most important and that is needed. Right? So we have to also thank all those. And on to policing. I have a concern. Police use a lot of vehicles. I am not talking about the rentals, but the government-issued vehicles. And lots of them do not have no siren on them. Many times you're walking, you're driving, and the incident happens, and the police have to rush out of the traffic to go to that incident. And the police is blowing the normal horn on the vehicle. Telling you guys, it is very shameful and embarrassing, eh? Police vehicles supposed to have sirens on them. So if anything happens and you're in the stoplight, you're supposed to be able to put on your siren and leave the area to attend the incident that you are called for. Not you behind you, poop, 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 poop. Nobody's going to study you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brown, for your call. I will forward that to the necessary authority, okay?
And even last thing, even those rentals that you all are using for long period, work out something with the rental agents that are you could put a siren on them too, because they do that with the rentals them too.
Thank you very much for your suggestions.
People's not going to study that. So I work out something with the rental agents then to even let them allow to put a siren on it once you have it for a very long period like you all do. Gone.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you. So,
Yes.
you were saying, so we, as things became a part of the Special Olympics movement, naturally the LETR was part of it.
Was part
so
of it.
it's a LETR law enforcement torch run, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to let our listeners know that our host, Shauna Edwards, Inspector Shauna Edwards, is a new LETR coordinator here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so for us in St. Kitts and Nevis, it's with the police, the fire and rescue services, the St. Kitts and Nevis Defence Force, and we have other customs.
Yes.
And we have some members of the security service for the WAS University as part of it.
Yes.
And so they all come together, and Inspector Edwards is head of that committee, and we have been a bit dormant due to the COVID. Since COVID, we have not fully recovered, so we're now having Inspector Edwards installed as a coordinator, and so first time we've had a woman heading this program, and so we have great expectations. She's come in the footsteps of Superintendent UL Hensley, who was the first one. We had people like Superintendent Raymond Cotton.
Yes.
Superintendent Lyndon David, and recently Inspector Eldrin Dickinson, who are former LETR coordinators. And so now you are the current one, and so we're really looking forward to hearing great things from you and your team. And I'm not putting you on the spot, I'm just taking the obvious here.
Mr. Blake, you just bust the bubble, that's all.
So we've had others who have part, especially for the torch run. It's like part of the opening ceremony.
Yes.
For games. They have a torch,
for the games,
and the
right.
police, the law enforcement team goes with the torch. And we have had officers here from St. Kitts and Nevis Police Force travel overseas and be part of those final torch runs.
Yes.
And starting from this Inspector Willett, he said he was in Austria. He went to Austria as part of the law enforcement one team,
yes.
and he was really impressed with what he saw. I spoke to him last night. We had Constable, well, the most recent one was Constable Otis Stevens. He went to the 2015 LA Games in Los Angeles. And we have Inspector Kelly, who had gone to Jamaica, I think. And so we have had a history of officers involved at the global level, international level in these events. So we're really looking forward to revamping the LETR movement here, and to get, because it provides a lot of opportunities for the police and the public community
policing and everything, yes.
And it really falls right into the whole thing that we try to do, is bring the police and the community closer.
Yes. I'm honored to be the lead for this movement where the LETR is concerned. I have headed a lot of different small little entities before, and I try to make sure that once my name is at the top, that things are done. So you can have my word now that I will do my best and see how far we can take this in terms of fundraising activities and awareness to other institutions, so that we can really assist in pulling off impossible things. All right?
I think that's what, I mean, you invited us here, so you already started.
That is true.
The LETR is really, the mission is to increase public awareness and generate resources for Special Olympics movement worldwide.
Right.
So,
so I've started.
And
thank
to
you.
date, the movement worldwide has raised over $1.8 billion worldwide since 1981.
Wow. We'll add some more to that.
Yes.
Okay. How does the LETR benefit the Special Olympics?
So, first and foremost, bring attention and to the movement. It's and awareness, and it helps. The primary purpose really is to raise funds for Special Olympics, and they do it in a way where policing and law enforcement always attracts. It's part of the community. We serve the community, and so it was a natural fit for that to happen from that point of view, from that standpoint, and where person will see law enforcement officers running with a torch, getting involved in community activities,
right.
working with children with disability, and so it helps to provide awareness and presence as well in the communities we serve.
So, I know you make mention of swimming and all that. So, if we have persons, police officers or persons from customs. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Is this 106.5?
No, this is ZIZ.
Okay, I'm so sorry, darling. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Yes, so.
Yes. So if we have persons from the police force who can swim and all that and who want to offer their assistance in helping to train these Special Olympians, then we can do that.
We always, I mean, that's one of the things I have here to speak about. we always welcome persons to volunteer. We want to try the Special Olympics here in St. Kitts and Nevis, try to inculcate some philanthropy among our youths, especially. Yes. We have a difficult time getting people to volunteer, especially younger persons, and we have to find a way to instill those values, and so that they need to give back. And it always helps for your self-development as well. Yes. And we always need coaches, we always need people to volunteer to do different things, even mentors. I am, as part of being the national director, I'm mentoring one of our athletes, because we develop athlete leaders.
Yes.
And so part of what we do is we're here, but we do it on behalf of the athletes, and part of what we should be doing is to develop those athletes to be sitting here and speaking for themselves.
Agreed.
And so this is part of that development process where we have athlete leaders who we train and develop to be speakers and for different skill sets, the more highly functioning ones.
Yes.
And so they'll be the voice and the face of Special Olympics, of the movement. Right. And so we have one of our board members is an athlete, because we are mandated to do so. We have to represent.
Yes.
And so part of it, development, is to have them engaged. And his name is Jamie Mills.
Yes.
He's also the chair or the president of the Caribbean Athlete Leadership Council, which is we have 21 programs. We are called programs.
Yes.
We have 21 programs in the Caribbean, that's Special Olympics.
Yes.
And he's the president currently for that. We have a group of athletes who are selected to represent their programs on the Caribbean Athlete Leadership Board. And so I must take this opportunity to shout out to Jamie. Hope he's listening. Jamie had an accident at his workplace on Monday, and he's home recuperating. Jamie, good morning to you, and hope you're feeling better today. And we wish you a speedy recovery. And so now the rest of the nation, listening to the Golden Voice, knows and will share their their sentiments with you.
Yes. Good. Lost that caller. Right. What are the plans that we have, the LETR? What are the plans that we have for the Special Olympics this year?
So,
are there any games anywhere?
There's another call.
Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning. How are you today? Happy Thursday, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday to
Happy
you.
Thursday to you.
I have a burning issue here now. I have a burning issue. Remember me,
It's
young
hot.
in the morning.
It's hot.
I can't enjoy all those things that are going on. Let me ask the police in video. Is it right for your bus driver, those bus drivers, to be drinking and driving? That ain't supposed to do after you park up 7, 8, 9 in the night. Then they endangering people like right? Just drinking and driving and smoking again. And when they turn on the AC, I am not smoking, so boy, I'm going to Barbados tomorrow for a checkup. I mean, for my green card, ask the officer, you what happened? They're gonna be in my blood when I know me. We don't use it.
Caller, this morning's show we are speaking about the Special Olympics, talking about fundraising and how it started and all of that. I'm trying to figure out how I should deal with your question. Okay, I'll just answer one abrupt thing. No, you're not supposed to drink alcohol and drive. That's it. If you have more concerns, call the nearest police station. We have 465-2241 and somebody there will address that for you. Okay? Right. Yes, so our plans.
So we get it back to.
Yes.
So we talk about the benefits and what the LETR part of a Special Olympics does, and
Yes.
it's instilled in my mind. It's instilled as someone who's part of the police community as well, instill a sense of community spirit and philanthropy in our youths.
Mm-hmm.
We have a call.
Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Yes, good
Hi,
morning.
this is Jamie.
Morning,
I'm feeling a lot-
Jamie.
Good morning, Jamie.
Yeah,
How are you feeling, Jamie?
I'm a lot better.
Good. That's good to hear. So, speak to us. Could you turn your volume on your radio down, Jamie?
I'm a fan of it. Yeah.
Yes, move from the radio. Yes, that's right.
All right.
Yeah, I got hit by a crane hook swing Monday.
Yes,
Took a limb stitches,
yes.
but I'm fine now.
Okay.
Okay, that's nice to hear.
Well, we're glad to hear that you're feeling better. We wish you a speedy recovery and that you get back to work. Jamie works at the Casper,
Yes.
and he's a mechanic there, and he's one of the senior mechanics there, and
That's good.
we're proud of him, and we hope that he will get back on his feet soon. Jamie,
Yeah.
11 stitches.
Yeah.
11, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks. I have been receiving a lot of queries from your colleagues throughout the region. So I'll let them know that you're doing much better and you're on your way to recovery. Is there anything that you need to say to the public out there about your experience and what you do with Special Olympics?
Not for now, probably next time I just see the
Yes.
rest a bit more.
Yes. So thanks.
Probably one of these morning when I fully cover, I probably call GQ and give him a little discussion and
Absolutely great.
my journey to Special Olympics.
Oh, I might bring you
Great.
up on the show.
Yes, absolutely. So thanks for calling in and thanks for listening.
David.
Thank you so much.
And take care.
Take care,
Rest.
Jamie.
So I said, we provide an engaging and memorable experience for school communities,
Yes.
for people out there. We show positive interaction between the police, the law enforcement, and the nation's youth, and we build confidence and goodwill between the security forces and the community.
communities.
And it's always provide a inspiration as well. So others, the youth might say, well, I want to be a police officer, I want to be somebody from the, serving in the military, or, so yes, go ahead.
Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to Policing Review. Good morning to my good friend, Mr.
Good morning,
Blake.
John. Now.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Yeah, thank you to coming and shedding some light for these youths. But what I'd like to see, Mr. Blake, is that we use the tourist belt and bring some of these talented youths down there. Put a little ramp, and when the people going back to the ship, we highlight the talents down there in terms of music, like you got a little band, they come and they sing the poetry and, generate a little money as well. Because let me tell you, Mr. Blake, for what's going on around the globe, you only going to get rougher. And we got to find way, even a US dollar go very far in the economy. So I want you to look in the area there. I know you well, I know what you could do. I know you from the Coast Guard time. Then, you remember that ship?
Yes.
When I was used to at the port, and man take me job and feel like me is a foreigner, me from here, me to eat.
Thank you very much, caller.
I want to see more out of that, Mr. Blake. I didn't even know you was the trail. I'm glad to know that. Anyway, have a good morning, everybody.
Thank you for your call.
Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution.
All right. We just wrapping up now.
So we're going. So
final thoughts.
Yes, this is what you want to do in terms of engagement and other activities. So we'll come back here and talk about as we develop those plans for the rest of the year. I will come back and talk about that.
Sure, that's fine. We can do that another day.
I would like to.
But just to say, how can the community now assist us?
So first of all, as you know, we have our Easter is coming up, and we normally have Easter buns.
Yes.
Jamaican Easter buns for sale. So we want to encourage the members of the public to come and purchase it because it's for a fundraising effort.
Yes. And a breakfast.
And we have a breakfast on the 12th of April.
Right.
Down in front of the Ram Supermarket and on the Bay Road, right at the entrance of Port Zante. We'll be there on the 12th, Saturday the 12th of April, from 7 a.m. serving breakfast. It's $25 a ticket. Or you can come and purchase it right there and then. And also buy your buns. We will have the buns
for sale
at the time. So I'll ask everybody to come out and support us. And also, I'm using this opportunity to ask you to come and join us and volunteer in any different capacities. We have, like I said, we have coaches. We have other volunteers doing different things, raising funds. We have a medical staff.
Mentors.
Mentors. We could mentor all young people. So we always asking for people to come forward and volunteer and serve in different capacities.
Thank you, Mr. Blake. And you, Adora?
Well, I'd just like to say thanks to Jamie and Miss Cotton for the hard work they do and continue to do. Thanks to the board members and to the public at large for supporting our students, our athletes, and as we continue to say inclusion is the way to go.
Thank you.
And just to add one, that we do have our counterparts over in Nevis. We have a Special Olympics committee in Nevis, headed by Terry Andrews, and some volunteers over there who are working simultaneously with us. And we will go over there and meet them, Shauna.
Yes, we have to.
Yes, and go there. And so we engage from both islands.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Blake.
Thank you so
and
much.
Ms. Warner. And I just want to say we encourage the public to support the effort. Remember, the persons who are benefiting are our own.
That's right.
It's not a stranger, it's our own. And we are asking for your support when we come around. Okay? That's it for Policing with You. I am your host, Inspector Shauna Francis Edwards, and I wish you Godspeed.
Thank you.
Tell me what you know about love. Tell me what you know about
March Madness been here at the cable.
And no,
we're not talking sports. We're talking free internet. Every single day this month, weekends included, 5 lucky customers will win 1 month of free internet. Let's hear from some of our winners.
A whole month of free internet, and I didn't have to jump through a loop to get it. Now that's customer service. Cable really outdid themselves.
I got a whole month of free internet, no fees, no tricks, just because that's the kind of service I want.
That's right. No catch, no give.